This is Akashvani. Time for a weekly program, Our Guest. I hand over the mic to the show host, Nitish Arora, for the same.
Hello friends, this is Independence Month. Freedom is in the air. But this freedom was fought for. It never came easy. To continue living in this air of freedom, we need to have some responsibility. Who could be a better person to talk about all these things than a motivator, speaker, an ex-serviceman, runner, ambassador of Fit India Movement, Youth Icon Awardee, and the list is on and on. Welcome, Captain Dharamveer Singh.
Thank you, Nitish. Thank you so much for having me here.
So, how do you define freedom?
How do I define freedom? I think the fact that every day in the morning when we get up, we breathe this air, we decide what we want to wear, we decide where we want to go, and we pretty much do that. I don't think very many people think about it, but sleeping, knowing that what I will do tomorrow and to be able to do that tomorrow is freedom.
Which is waking up in a very secure atmosphere.
Absolutely. Have the freedom to just think about yourself as a citizen and plan things around your family, your environment, your job. All of this is possible because largely somewhere you know that your country is secured.
Is in safe hands.
Absolutely.
But then country also demands something from us.
So this is Catch 22, and very often when I meet the youngsters, I've been talking about this very loudly. We all talk about our fundamental rights, but nobody wants to talk about our fundamental duties, right? The same constitution has given us the freedom to talk, express, and do things in our own way. But at the same time, you must remember, sometime back, national anthem in the theaters became a huge, point of discussion. Certain people were not getting up. But if you look into the constitution, respecting your national anthem and your flag, national flag, is your fundamental duty.
In fact, I think that is a great opportunity. As long as you are a student, every day you are going to the school and standing up next to the flag and singing the national anthem, which somewhere down the line when you become professional, that is missing in your life. And if it has come back through cinema hall or through any other opportunity, this is a great opportunity for everybody to grab it.
Absolutely. I think people somehow, all these things, we feel that these are forced on us. But honestly speaking, this is where the governance come into picture, that things as a citizen, when you start to dilute these things, there has to be some body which needs to implement these things to make sure that the sovereignty of the country is maintained and everything that needs to be respected is respected.
Dharmeji, every nation needs a strong army, and lots of youngsters have this passion to serve in Indian Army, and they do come. But not every individual can be part of army, for sure. But a nation is as good as its citizens are. So what is the role of a common citizen? Is he or she is not the soldier of the nation? I mean, on their own capacity, what they can do for nation building?
Very rightly brought out, Nitishji. Not everybody can wear uniform. Not everybody can go and fight a war at the border. But at the same time, anything and everything that you do in your daily life is somewhere responsible for nation building. As a citizen, when we step out of our houses, some are stepping out to their colleges, some are going to their workplace, and some are going for a leisure outing. There are set of events that takes place when you are out for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. It involves boarding a bus, a public transport, eating something. Everything that you're doing, it demands a discipline. If you are booking a ticket, there is a queue. Follow it, you are a soldier. You eating something, not throwing it at a place which increases somebody's work, it's hitting your economy. If you're doing it the right way, you are a soldier. If you're sitting on a seat, and if you see somebody elderly and show that compassion, allow him or her to sit, offer your seat, you are a soldier. Not every soldier has been fortunate enough to fight a war. I mean, the last war that we remember is 1999 Kargil.
It is.
Right? But what else the Fauji is doing every day that they hold this kind of respect? They are compassionate. They are selfless. They are motivated. they are doing things which is beyond their caste, creed, religion, and family. I think if anyone and everyone around us, if they do that, in my eyes, they are no less a soldier than somebody who's fighting a war or standing and guarding the nation at the border.
The FIFA World Cup images wherein after the match, Japanese citizens, the spectators, they were clearing all the debris that was there and leftovers was there, and they were cleaning the stadium. So that is what is required. That is, I think, ultimate. But why can't we replicate it?
Little ironical. We clean our house and throw the garbage outside. The shift that is required is the day we start taking pride in keeping everything around us clean, we would have achieved our aim of cleanliness. So very iconic example that you've just brought out. If we keep not just our house clean, but everything around us, and you don't really have to go out and clean. You're basically cleaning your house and increasing the job of somebody else. Maybe municipal corporation will come and do this for you. But if you can just segregate it and keep it at a place where you don't increase, somebody will come, take that away from your place. Jaise we call them kabadi wala or kude wala. Come to think of it, we are the kuda wala.
Yes, we are generating it.
Right?
They are cleaning it.
They are cleaning it. So it's a very wrong terminology that we've been using for years. When someone comes to clean your garbage, and unfortunately they are the one who are called the garbage cleaner and kudawala.
Indian diaspora, Indian citizens, if they are in a foreign country, they go there for their job or anything, and they are ranked the best citizens. Many a times we hear those stories. What happens when they are living here in India?
I will give you a local example of that. When we go to the bus stand, we are different. When we go to the railway station, we are different. When we go to a metro station, we are different. But when we go to the airport, we are absolutely different and disciplined, So I totally get your point. What happens when we go abroad and all of a sudden, I think it's about the processes and systems which are in place. I think it's also about strict governance. It's also about setting examples. Largely because the literacy rate across the country is not at a level where probably we can compare ourselves with the Western countries and elsewhere.
Sorry, but I would like to interrupt you here because you said the literacy rate is not good. I came to Delhi 7 years ago, and while driving around, I lost my way. Perhaps GPS navigation was actually not putting me into the right track, and I just went into the streets and I asked address to many people. I was in Yamuna area. And all the youngsters and the visually very literate people, when I just asked them, they, अच्छा आप यहाँ से चले जाइए, वहाँ जमुना आ जाएगी, जमुना से आप इधर हो जाना. And I still could not trace the way. And then I met at rickshaw wala. I asked, I have lost my way. He said, if you go left, वहाँ पर जमुना जी आएंगी, उसके बाद आप right चले जाइए, आपको ये मिल जाएगा. See, we are literate, all sort of programs, and our literacy rate is quite high. But in that literacy, we have lost lots of our manners.
Very true. I think this starts from the household. That's the first step towards maintaining our cultural heritage. And the way a citizen should be talking, the way we need to address everything which is of greater value. So I guess somewhere we have been trying to hide a lot of incompetencies under fast lifestyle, busy lifestyle, not having enough time. Parents have not been able to spend meaningful time with their kids. We've not been able to quantify the damage that the kid is going through because it's not visible.
So, but I see lots and lots of hope in the youngsters because right now when I'm traveling in metro, I see that many youngsters do offer seat. Sometimes I feel that I'm not uncle, please don't offer me seat, but then they ask me to sit. So that's a silver lining.
No, definitely. Delhi mein mera dil basta hai. I am very, very happy to see the kind of changes we've seen in last decade or so, I would say. The mentality is now progressive. There was a time when we wanted to do everything through a pre-prescribed channel, but the freedom to think what you want to think and to be able to execute that, do that, even if you fail, there are people to support you. I think this is also a kind of freedom where you're allowed to fail. That's a freedom of next level. And this change is visible. As we all know, we are going to be the youngest country in times to come. As of now, also, we are pretty close to it. We would have close to 40 crore youngsters in the age bracket of 18 to 30 years. And the way in the direction India is moving, I guess this workforce is bound to take us to the pinnacle of all spheres of, excellence, whether it is economical, sports, and it's visible. We can sense it, we can see it. To a large extent, I would also thank the current government for that, because yes, I have felt that change on the ground level where people from very, very, very moderate background have also been able to create that miracle around us.
तो आपने यंगस्टर्स के लिए एक सैल्यूट तो बनता है.
बिल्कुल.
Captain Dharamveer, you were in army for short service commission, and after that, once you left army, you are still doing a lot of work. So tell us something about you before we wrap up today's talk.
So I finished 5 years of my tenure in the army, and when I came out of the army, I was also like a normal 27-year-old. I went to Narsi Monji, did my MBA and all of that. But I don't think I was getting that kick that I got there in the army. And I still wanted to keep that adventurous streak going. So I got into the TV industry, and I never wanted to act or do any kind of thing. So I got into reality shows. I did first Fear Factor in India. And I happened to be the runner-up of that Fear Factor. Thereafter, we did a show on terrorism, and the show was called D3 Commando Force, which happened right after 2008 Mumbai attacks. And the job was to pick up civilian youngsters and convert them into commandos. Another very close to my heart kind of a program. We did Minute to Minute. That's again something on adventure, this thing. ये भी बहुत नहीं था मेरे लिए, and I started, of course, Fauj keeps you fit, you run, you do everything, but that's kind of obligatory. I picked up running, I run marathons, वो भी बहुत नहीं हुआ. Then I picked up mountaineering. I did my certification in mountaineering. I started climbing. I don't know what I'm going to do next. So over a period of time, I come from a very small city. I come from Gorakhpur, and I've been to Hindi medium schools till 12th. Believe you me, when in 1997 I came to JNU for Japanese honors, my teachers used to explain Japanese in English. And for a Hindi medium student, I was actually dealing with two foreign languages. One was Japanese and one was English. But I think I took that challenge. And over a period of time, I think it's not one flower that attracted people around what I do. This bouquet of someone coming from a small town, going to JNU, going to the Defense Forces, and then MBA, Fear Factor, representing the country through Rotary in different European countries, Mountaineer, Fit India Ambassador. I'm not trying to boast, but I think ये सारी चीज़ों का जब गुलदस्ता बना, that is something that attracts the youngster, and they feel that if he can, why can't we?
And of all this, the one thing was missing, and that was appearing on All India Radio.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled. This building, this iconic building has always been on my radar. And I can't thank you enough for having me here. And I'm so thrilled and privileged that today so many people are listening to me. So I feel absolutely humbled and thank my stars and gratitude.
So friends, the takeaway from today's our guest is that you identify the potential in yourself, explore more, be on the right path, be disciplined, and the entire world will be yours. The opportunities are immense, the challenges are immense, but what is the meaning of opportunity if there is no challenge?
Bilkul.
Captain Dharamveer, thank you so much. And what is your message on this Independence Day for youngsters?
Independence is not free. As I keep telling people, a soldier dies twice. Once he gets shot, next time when we forget them. I request each one of you to not forget them. Keep them in your thoughts. Thank you. Happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you and Jai Hind.
You were listening to the weekly program Our Guest that is broadcast every Monday at 9:15 a.m. Don't forget to tune in next week, same day, same time and same frequency. Have a nice day.